I got these rings in my hand. Woo, I got jewelry. I got jewelry. We got 3 rings so far. We got some constructs, a couple of white constructs, white lantern constructs. We got a couple of super rares, a little Kingdom Come action. We got some villains, some heroes. We got legacy cards and boosters. We've got team-ups. We've got one-shots. There is so much being packed into this set. But I am still looking for so much more because I am an Orange Lantern greedy little HeroClix collector and I want it all. Mine, mine, mine! I want all of my favorite characters in the Lanternverse to be in this set. I know it can't possibly happen, but I gotta tell you, WizKids is doing everything they can to give us as much as possible. We had some of the Yellow Lantern Corps, the Sinestro Corps, which I think Sinestro Corps War is such a good story. So cool, but I want Bedovian, you know? And then I want some of these, like, one-off characters. I mean, on the back of the box, we've got White Lantern Superman, which is an iconic moment in the comic books as well as in HeroClix. I mean, that White Lantern Superman that we had back in the day was incredible. We also have the Sinestro Corps Batman, okay? We've seen Batman with the black ring in this set, so why not from Infinite Frontier, if anybody read it, there is, what is it? Justice Incarnate is like this galactic Justice League. You know, the Flash is a member of it, Barry Allen. They're off in space. It's like the Justice League in space, spanning the multiverses. And there's Injustice Incarnate. And Injustice Incarnate, the Joker has a Sinestro ring. So cool. Are we going to get maybe that? If we're talking about other big storylines, I mean, look, Roy Harper had a Black Lantern ring in one of the major crossovers for like the entire story, which was really cool. So we haven't seen a lot of the other Lanterns yet. I know on the outside of the box we've got Jo Mullein, we've got Kilowog, haven't seen him, haven't seen Guy Gardner, haven't seen John Stewart. We've seen a lot of Kyle Rayner and a lot of Hal Jordan. So I want to see some figures outside of those characters. We've seen JSA, which has been very cool to see. A couple of old school villains as well, like the Gambler. So, I mean, we've seen some really cool stuff, but I would love to start seeing some of these other items we're seeing on the outside of the box here, as well as some other lantern holders from the different core of the emotional spectrum. We haven't seen any big-time villains. We've seen a lot of new Guardians stuff as far as significant appearances, but I would love to see maybe some of those villains as well. Relic, really cool villain from an alternate universe who saw his light bearers, called the Lightsmiths, use up all of the light in the universe. It is a finite amount. And we find that out in our universe as well, that there is a finite amount of light in the emotional spectrum. And once it goes out, a universe is destined for doom. Kyle Rayner actually sacrifices himself beyond the source wall to replenish all of the light in our universe at a certain point. I'm telling you, the run of the White Lantern stories for Kyle Rayner, really cool. Got to check it out. Have to go check that out. Invictus, this angel who is from a universe where every single one of these angels was killed by Larfleeze as he was trying to collect an angel for his collection on Okara. But the thing is they were angels, and every time he'd kill one, the power would be dispersed into the rest of the angels. He killed all of them except for one, Invictus. Very cool storyline. I mean, there's a lot of really great stuff in the modern age of Green Lantern that we could be using here on Lantern Legacy. So we're also seeing a lot of the old school figures from War of Light come back in the form of legacy cards. So I don't know what else we're going to pull today. Those are just some of the things that I've been thinking about or rolling around in my head. Tell me in the comments down below who you still want to see in this set that we haven't uncovered just yet. I know Saint Walker, Atrocitus, Larfleeze, they're all missing. Love to see them. Sinestro himself, love to see him. So tell me in the comments down below. It could be as obscure as possible or a big, bad, major player in the lore of Green Lantern Corps. So let me know who you are looking for in this set in the comments down below. Set comes out at some point in July. We are too much team early to know exactly when. But without further ado, let's start opening our 3 boosters today. Yesterday we did 2, and the release day kit, the The day before we did 3. We're going to do 3 more today. That'll leave us 2 more for tomorrow and unveiling the rest of the legacy cards. Okay, let's see what we have today. Ooh, we got another big bad here. We've got another form of construct. We've already seen the sword construct. We saw it in its white form, but this is the indigo sword. On the outside of the box, it looks like it could be Sinestro in the indigo core, or, I mean, I'm telling you guys, it looks ultraviolet. Maybe I just want it to be ultraviolet. Here we have, speaking of Sinestro, his daughter, Soranik Natu. Very, very cool. We have a super rare today in the form of this bad guy, Mongol. Oh, do we got a lot to talk about with Mongol here. We've got Dog, who we just saw yesterday. And we have our 3rd copy of the Spectre. This is, of course, the Jim Corrigan one, the old school kind of JSA style one. So this is what we pull out of booster number 1 today. I'm checking to see if we have any bonus things in here card-wise. Nope, no one-shot, no legacy card. So what we see is what we get. Let's pull it back and take a look at everybody and share a little bit about what or where these characters all come from. But one of the Spectres over there is not always a good guide to people. Do I feel ridiculous with all my lantern rings on? No, I want a full collection. I want a full collection. Still, I mean, what do we got? 4 left. We're 8 boosters in. We've got 3 rings. Okay. Just so you know, like collation-wise, like what we might be looking for. We'll take just a quick peek at this sword construct. Again, we saw this one on day 1 in the white construct form, but the indigo sword is S37, slashing light, blades, claws, fangs. When sword uses it, instead roll 2d6 and choose 1 to be the result. Sidestep, that is a nasty, nasty construct. If you look at the back, all the rules are there in case you needed to. Now I've got an indigo ring, so I can start using this construct. Very cool. I just need more indigo folks to go with it. So we've seen bats and swords so far, and we know that we've got chains here, but that belongs to a man named Lobo. I wonder if we're going to have construct chains, which I could see very well being a thing. Happens a lot, actually, in the books. Let's take a look at Soranik Natu. Boom. Otherwise known as Sinestro's daughter. Also known as, like, the greatest doctor in the entire cosmos. Green Lantern Corps Cosmic Police and Scientist keyword. Set number 21B. Comes in at 70 points. Green Lantern's Light. Willpower. Modifies Soranik Natu's attack by +1 for each character that has used willpower and succeeded this turn. Guessing that's going to be a shared trait for the Green Lanterns. Greatest doctor in the galaxy. Yes, sir. Support. When Soranik Natu uses it, the chosen character heals an additional click. Has the Green Lantern team ability, which allows 8 passengers to be carried all over the map. Look at that. 70 points, more than any Kyle and more than any Hal. She's 70 points. Hal's are 50, Kyle's are 60, and Soranik Natu is 70. Look at the back of the card there, Green Lantern Corps, Recharge number 5. What a great storyline, actually, the Recharge. If you wanted any backstory on any of these different lanterns, that is a place that you can go and read. Really, really cool. I love that run there. Green Lantern Corps Recharge fills out a lot of people's stories for you. So that is Soranik Natu. Now here's the deal. Her and Kyle had a serious relationship for a very long time. And she was a Green Lantern in spite of her father being Sinestro. You can see she's that same purple. She's Korrigarian. I know some people say Korugar. I say Korrigar. How do you say it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always wrong on these things. I mean, her name might be Soranik Natu. I don't know. Anyway, I've always just called her Soranik Natu. Anyway, Kyle and her were kind of leading a good portion of the Green Lantern Corps at a time when a villain came from the future. He ended up dying. And Kyle discovered that this young man happened to be the son of himself and Soranik Natu from the future. He held it. He kept it. He kept it back from Soren Ignatu, who was such a big member of the Green Lantern Corps for such a long time. And she saw that betrayal as something she could not get over. And she ended up joining the Sinestro Corps after that and actually leading them for quite some time. So Soren Ignatu, I'm guessing 21A is going to be a Sinestro Corps version of her, a Yellow Lantern version of her. But yes, greatest doctor in the galaxy, 100%. She's proved it time and time again in the books of Green Lanterns. Okay, Mongol. Mongol, with his war world, with his Mongol Corps. We'll talk a little bit about this guy and the impact he has had on the Lantern landscape for a while. Look at him, hulking. Look at that guy, he's huge. Great sculpt, feels so powerful. Sinestro Corps, Brute, Cosmic, Herald, Ruler, Warrior. Set number 47 comes in at 125 points. The Mongol Corps is a trait, Perplex, but only to target opposing characters. This happens with all of the Sinestro Corps characters that we have pulled in this set so far. It's all about what happens with your Perplex. Once per turn, when a friendly character uses Perplex to target an opposing character, after resolutions, you may deal that opposing character 1 penetrating damage. Holy crap, once per turn when a friendly character. Whoa. Almost all of these Sinestro Corps versions of characters we have Perplex, but only to perplexed other. Oh my gosh, that's free penetrating damage. Wow. I'll conquer a different planet. Stop. Combat reflexes. Impervious. When this click is first revealed, after resolutions you may place Mongol adjacent to an opposing character who is 6 or more squares away from him. If you do, he has immune until your next turn. Whoa. Stop click. After resolutions, place Mongol adjacent to an opposing character who is 6 or more squares away from him. I'll conquer a different planet. Yes. Wow, that is a cool stop click. Oh my gosh. Immune, combat reflexes, and impervious. Sheesh. Holy heck. If we look back at the front of his card, that happens right in the middle of his dial with a 19 defense with combat reflexes and impervious, and you're placing him adjacent. Wow. Wow, that is tough. I like this guy a lot, dealing some free penetrating damage. When a friendly character uses Perplex to target an opposing character after resolutions. I mean, it doesn't say range or anything. Jeez Louise. I mean, I know he's 125 points, but wow. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Mongol and the part he has to play in the world of Green Lantern. Okay, first and foremost, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Coast City, the place he grew up, the place his family lived, his brothers, his nephew, the love of his life, and Carol Ferris, all of them in Coast City. Mongol moves his war world, his battle planet above the Earth over Coast City. Him and Cyborg Superman end up destroying Coast City, which turns Hal Jordan from a Green Lantern into Parallax, which then leads to him destroying the entire Green Lantern Corps, chasing Cyborg Superman to the edges of the Earth. Mongol later, who comes out of that, the other side of that, still alive. Mongol later, after Sinestro leaves the Sinestro Corps, shows up and battles Arkillo, who is currently in charge of the Sinestro Corps, for the leadership of the Sinestro Corps. And in the fight, rips Arkillo's tongue out. Just rips it right out of his mouth. Man, I hope we have Arkillo in this set. Arkillo's awesome. Great character. In the New Guardians, Arkillo comes to be a part of it all. Remember, New Guardians, the whole beginning of it is Sade steals a bunch of rings from different lanterns all over the galaxy from different corps and sends them all to Kyle Rayner to try and get him to accept the fact that he needs to become a White Lantern to save the universe. Save her, save Ganthet, a lot of different things. Arkillo chases the yellow ring that is pulled off of a recruit that actually ends up killing that recruit, chases him to Earth and ends up in a battle against Kyle Rayner, thinking that Rayner is the one who stole the ring. Saint Walker from the Blue Lantern Corps is there and is able to calm him down, and then with his blue ring regrow Arkillo's tongue so Arkillo can talk once again, not just through his ring, but with his voice actually as well. Mongol then takes over the Sinestro Corps, renames it the Mongol Corps, and is there for a little while until the return of the man himself. Yes, Sinestro comes back, defeats Mongol, takes his battle planet, takes his war world, and creates that becomes the new place that the central power battery for the Sinestro core is housed within. So now you've given Sinestro this giant planet, and Mongol is defeated. Anyway, really, really cool. He is a little bit of a big coward, though. He's a bully. A lot of times, if you can punch a bully in the mouth, they'll run, and he does just that. So I love the fact that that second power is, I'll conquer some other planet. He just, bloop, he takes off. Really, really cool figure. That's awesome. Love that. So, so cool. I'm out of cold brew. Like I said earlier, I was drinking Happy brand cold brew. It's a coffee company. Started by Robert Downey Jr. himself, actually. Strong supporters of mental health. Actually gives some of their proceeds to the National Alliance of Mental Illnesses. But I'm out. And it's the afternoon now, guys, so I'm going to re-up with the greatest Coke of all time, Cherry Coke, and we're going to move on here. So what is in Scott Porter's cup now? Cherry Coke. Can't believe I didn't pour it over. There we go. Ooh, would have spilled all over HyperRPG's table, but By the way, this was created by Gamer Mats. This is the HeroClix for Huntington's mug that we auction off in our auction every year. We only get a few of them. They're donated directly from Gamer Mats. And they do this, and they do some tumblers, and we auction them off every year. But dang, does this look like Green Lantern Corps around. The middle, it says family is everything. That's our HeroClix for Huntington's logo there, the HDSA logo, surrounded by kind of a power ring. I was just noticing as I was taking a drink of this, it looks so much, look at this. This is so cool. Reminder to everybody, we will be auctioning off everything I pull here as a part of one item auction on Auxit. Every single cent that you spend on that auction goes directly to the HDSA, the Huntington's Disease Society of America, as a part of our HeroClix for Huntington's charitable effort throughout the year, our initiative, if you will. All right, moving on. I know we got 3 boosters. You got to keep moving, Scott. Okay, let's see here. Next booster. I think that's our 3rd super rare. Is that our 3rd? We might be done. Okay. Ooh. Oh, man. Yes. So cool. I said we want to see some other lanterns, some other ring bearers. Yes, sir. We're going to start getting them. However, first, we get Batman. This one doesn't look like the other one, so I'm thinking maybe that's just a normal Batman. It's got Justice League on it, so maybe Justice League International. Next to that, we've got a Sinestro Corps recruit, which I don't think we've seen yet. Next to that, we have Hal wearing a blue ring. Next to that, we have our first Soundwave piece of equipment, our Soundwave construct, and that one is in violet, which is going to be our Star Sapphire. And then last but not least, we have, oh, shoot, I almost didn't even see. I think this is a Prime. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. You're going to have to shift to the side because Guy Gardner, Green and Red Lantern all at once, with a little word bubble saying is here. And on the outside of his dial, there is a slight green ring around it. I'm pretty sure this is a Prime. So we got a Prime here right after we got our 3rd super rare, which is so, so cool, man. Oh, I'm very excited about that. Super excited. All right. Let's see. Let's pull everybody back. Oh, and we also got another Legacy card. Jeez, you get so much in this this set. That's crazy. So we haven't seen any of these guys. That's nuts on day 4 to have a 0 duplicate box. So let's take a look at the Sinestro Corps recruit first and get moving. Okay. We have Harley Quinn as well. Ooh, L59A. Didn't even see that in there. So cool. Okay, Sinestro Corps recruit. Sinestro Corps, Herald, Soldier, and Warrior. This is set number 6. New recruit. For all characters with this trait, when Sinestro Corps recruit or adjacent friendly character with the Sinestro Corps keyword KOs an opposing character after resolutions generate a Lantern Legacy set number 6 Sinestro Corps recruit on its red starting line adjacent to a friendly character with the Sinestro Corps keyword. So just like all the other recruits, KOs are what spawn this. Has a split dial, 40 and 15. The split on this one has some sidestep, some energy explosion, close combat reflexes. On the back of it, Fears Made into Light is a trait perplex, but only to negatively modify combat values. So, again, that Mongol, perplex, but only to negatively modify combat values. This recruit, or any of the ones that you bring onto the board, they perplex down something. Mongol, I gotta look back at this, man. Here, you can bring it back to me, Joe. Man, I just have to take a look at this real quick, guys, because I just gotta make sure. Perplex, but only to target opposing characters. Once per turn, it's only once, I get it, but once per turn, when a friendly character uses Perplex to target an opposing character after resolutions, deal that opposing character 1 penetrating damage. So even these little guys can spawn Mongol just plinking you for 1. That's nasty, man. Mongol can just basically do that from anywhere on the board. If you have a bunch of these figures with just at the 15-point starting line, just, you know, perplexing stuff down, they've got a 4 range, they've got sidestep, just at their little, you know, version. That's pretty nasty, man. Okay, oh, what poetry with this Batman and this Guy Gardner pull. You'll see why in a second. Let's do Hal first. Blue Lantern. Now, famously famously Hal, Blue Lantern and Green Lantern at the exact same time. We've seen it before with Hal Jordan, but this is the blue portion of him. Blue Lantern Corps, Justice League, Herald, and Pilot, set number 27. Oh, okay, so this isn't an A, B, a C. This is just this one by itself. Look to the stars for hope burns bright. Empower adjacent friendly characters, modify defense by +1. Okay, are all the Blue Lanterns going to have that kind of thing? Empower and adjacent friendly characters modifying defense? Maybe. Defend with a 19 defense. Love that for 50 points. Yes, please. Telekinesis, sidestep. You see on the back here, Green Lantern number 38 in 2009 as the significant appearance. I like this Hal, I think, best so far of all the Hals that we have pulled. Still only coming in at 50 points. Don't know how the man does it. He's super powerful at a low cost. All right. Why is the Batman Guy Gardner pull poetry? Let's take a look. It's because this particular Batman is from Justice League International, where he shared membership with a Guy Gardner who challenged him, and famously, with one punch, Batman knocked a Green Lantern out. Okay, Batman family, Gotham City, Justice League, Detective, Martial Artist are the keywords. 2 team abilities on this one with Batman team ability and the Justice League. Set number 3 comes in at 55 points. Is not the same numbering as that Batman Black Lantern, which is set number 18A. So we're still going to get another Batman, I think. Ooh, okay. One punch, Batman deals penetrating damage to characters with the Green Lantern Corps or Herald keyword. One punch. Blue Beetle just in the background yelling one punch over and over again, laughing his head off. And the DeMatteis Giffen Justice League International, which is classic. Bonk. When Batman hits, give each hit character an action token. He's 7 clicks long, 55 points. Close combat expert there, sidestep. I love that he got close combat expert because of that one punch. That is so cool. On the back, you see Justice League number 5, 1987. Okay, Justice League International. If you've never read it, okay, they had so many heroes. They wanted to get them onto teams. They have Justice League, but Justice League International was by DeMatteis and Giffen, and nobody's better at drawing facial expressions than Giffen. There are so many panels that are just the most unique facial expressions you'll ever see in comics. Great team, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Ice, Guy Gardner, Maxwell Lord, Fire. I mean, just a great lineup. The way that they interact with each other was just perfect. And we're going to get to Guy Gardner here in just a second and explain why he is. And there's a lot of good reasons behind it. I was a guy who used to not really love Guy Gardner, but knowing his past now, going back and doing research, I absolutely do love this dude. Let's take a look at this sound wave effect. We have not seen a construct sound wave yet. Set number S18, the violet sound wave, boom, knockback, power, knockback all adjacent opposing characters regardless of size. That's huge. That's awesome. Has a 10 attack, 17 defense with some toughness, so going to take a little bit longer to get rid of this one. The rules are on the back. And we move on. Boom. our first violet construct. Okay, so we've got 1 green, 2 whites, 1 violet, and 1 indigo. Okay. Halfway tempted to hold Guy, but let's just talk about him now. Let's put this sculpt up here. First of all, awesome. I love when his uniform was both of the cores wrapped up together. He looks so badass in the comics like that. Green Lantern Corps, Red Lantern Corps, Brute, Herald, Warrior, 37B. Dual wielding green and red. Willpower, poison, but deals damage even if moved or placed this turn. Friendly green constructs can use poison, and friendly red constructs can use willpower. Very cool. Very, very cool. Friendly green constructs can use poison. On the back, and now I'm going to kill all of you. Sideline active. When an opposing character KOs a friendly character with the Green Lantern Corps keyword, after resolutions, you may generate Guy Gardner from your sideline adjacent to that character on his starting click. Oh, yes! So cool! If you do, roll a d6. Deal Guy Gardner damage equal to the result, and that opposing character damage equal to half the result. That I don't love. Guy Gardner of Sector 2814. That is Earth Sector. You have great rage in your heart, charge, but don't have speed. So if he comes onto the board from your sideline, he's going to take some damage. He's only got 6 clicks. So if you look back at the front of the card, that is a little bit tricky, but he deals that damage coming in, and then he can start to really go to town. In the middle of his dial there, he has Blades, Claws, Fangs. The attack values are very high. Man, I gotta say, though, that's tricky. That's tricky. I don't love giving up clicks right away. But let's talk about Guy Gardner a little bit, okay? Here's the thing. I think all of our... Man, do these glow? Are they hero? I can't tell. It's something about these, the way the sheen is on some of these sculpts. I feel like they glow, but I don't know. All right, anyway. Guy Gardner, when Abin Sur crashed from space onto Earth, and this is for all the Guy Gardner fans out there, all the people that are like, I love Guy. Tell me in the comments down below, first of all, who is your favorite Green Lantern? Who is your favorite Green Lantern of all time? Mine is Kyle. I've explained why. I love him for so many reasons, but I know a lot of Guy Gardner fans. So I want to spend some time and give him his flowers, okay? When Abin Sur crashed to Earth, he asked his ring, find the closest, or find me somebody who is capable of great will, who is capable of overcoming fear. And his ring told him there were 2 people. There was one on the East Coast, a teacher, and there was one on the West Coast that was closer to him that was a fighter pilot. That was Hal Jordan. Guy Gardner could have gotten that ring. And in time, the Guardians actually told Hal, hey, look, you're not one of a kind. There was actually somebody else that would have had that ring if he would have been closer, and that was Guy Gardner. So Hal met him, they became friends, and he wasn't as arrogant as he is nowadays, right? He was very helpful, and basically Hal said, you're going to be my backup. If something happens to me, you will become the Green Lantern of Sector 2814, protecting Earth. Well, years later, Guy was pulled into the Phantom Zone. He was tortured. He was beaten. He came back to Earth in a coma. He had brain damage. Really, really tough, man. So John Stewart became Green Lantern. When Guy woke up and started to heal a little bit, he became John Stewart's backup. But he never got the ring that he really deserved. Then, when Crisis on Infinite Earths happened, the Guardians, and this kind of pisses me off because they could have done this so much earlier, healed him. They healed his brain. They healed all of the stuff that he had going on. And they said, we need you. You're deputized now. You're a Green Lantern. And he was thrown onto the front lines. But he has always been able to overcome all this stuff because of his childhood. He was beaten by his father. He was always trying to live up to who his older brother is. When he was healed and become a Green Lantern, it changed his personality almost completely, though. He became the guy that you know now. That being said, Justice League International, great run. He softens a lot when he becomes, in love with Ice. They have a really great relationship. Ice dies, and then the old guy is really gone at that point. He becomes so hardened. He leaves the Green Lantern Corps behind. He has a solo series where he's called Warrior. You find out that he's actually not human, he's alien. There's a lot of stuff that goes down, but Guy is awesome. And he's also one of the only Lanterns capable of taking the Red Lantern rage and not letting it fully control him. He actually leads a civil war and beats the crap out of Atrocitus and becomes the leader of the Red Lanterns for a certain amount of time. That is during this here. So if you didn't know all this stuff about Guy, go read Justice League International. His solo series is, you know, hit or miss. But the Red Lantern stuff, man, you got to go read that. You have to go read that. Capable of great compassion as well. You see on the outside of the box, he can also do, you know, rage and compassion all at once. Guy Lantern, awesome, awesome character, and I hope you Guy Gardner fans out there feel vindicated. The Legacy card that we pulled is Harley Quinn. It's Legacy set number L59A, and I think I told you all, I'm so heartbroken. I am so heartbroken. When I dropped this box earlier, I dropped this Harley, and it's really tough. I'm going to try and get her to stand up, see if I can when I put her on this thing, but I don't know that I'll be able to. Okay, let's see if she stays like that. She's usually at the end, I'm sorry. You can see her Red Lantern holding like a stick of dynamite or something up behind her. Great, great sculpt. You have Arkham Asylum, Black Lantern Corps, Gotham City Underworld, Red Lantern Corps, and Herald keywords on this particular figure. And again, this is from the Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls set. Death with a smile. Steal energy, but may use it with close or ranged attacks. When an opposing character is KO'd after resolutions, heal Harley Quinn 2 clicks. Running, gunning, force blast, and running shot. And wrestling on the back. Energy explosion, poison. When Harley Quinn uses poison, she still deals damage if she moved this turn, and characters she damaged this turn are considered adjacent to her. Ooh, time to make applesauce. When Harley Quinn hits, this turn hit characters can't reduce damage below 1. This figure is nuts. This Legacy card is awesome. If we go back to the front of the card, you can see that she's played at 125 or 65 points. I love that she's red and black core. Makes a ton of sense with everything. Hopefully you have this piece and it's still together. I love that black construct holding all of the red material in the hand. This is such a cool sculpt, and I'm so heartbroken that it fell off and got busted, man. I got to figure out a way to try and put her back on. But she's just on by her 2 little feet, and I'm not sure I'll ever fix it again. Ugh, man, now I got to go and search. Harley, Harley, Harley. If anybody's got any tips out there on how to fix her, please let me know. Yeah. Heartbreak City. Okay. All right. Third and final booster for the day. I know this takes a little bit of time, man. I'm not even doing as much story time as usual. It's just there's so much in this set to take care of. Oof. I'm trying to get there. Okay, let's see what we got in here. We've got, oh yes, another lantern ring. This time, it's the Green Lantern ring. I got my 4th ring now. We're really humming along. I can use my bats. I can finally use my bats now. Okay, we've also got, oh, shoot. What? This is crazy. Okay, we've got a Guardian we haven't seen yet. Very cool. Not a named Guardian. We've got a Space Dolphin. Yes. Okay, Space Dolphins. Talk about Lobo here in a minute. We've got a Black Lantern Spectre. Yes, sir. Man, when the Spectre showed up, man, let me tell you, man, when the Spectre showed up in Blackest Night and tried to battle against Black Hand and Necron and the armies of the undead, and Necron just said, "You are mine, Spectre, rise." Oh, man, am I telling you, that was a moment. Also, a little surprise in this set. The main man himself, but not the way I expected him. This is the main man with the Green Lantern ring, and that only happens in one place, folks. I'll have to explain it to you here in a second. So, yet another booster on day 4 now, where we didn't have a repeat of anything. We've got a new Guardian, Space Dolphin, Spectre, Lobo, Green Lantern ring, and another one-shot we haven't seen yet, I don't think. Yeah, Resolve of the Green. I'll show you guys down here. Boom. Resolve of the Green. read it to you if you're listening in your car and can't look at the screen. When a friendly character that can use willpower is attacked, you may choose that they can reduce penetrating damage this turn and reduce damage taken by 1 in addition to other effects. That's a one-shot for 5 points. Pretty solid if I do say so myself. Okay, I just want to get to this, man. So let's look at the Green Lantern ring first because I want to put it on my hands. Keywords, Green Lantern Corps. Effect, willpower. If this character can already use willpower, when they use it, they increase the result by +1. Of course, if no construct generated by this character is on your force, etc., etc., just like all of the other rings. You can look at the back, just like all of the other rings. And that's that. Green Lantern ring joins me, and I feel like I'm starting to feel like Kyle Rayner. There's this great image when Kyle dons all 7 rings at the same time, and his hands are up on his face, and he's screaming. His hands are just steaming, and his body is just overloading. He's like, ah! Great image from the Green Lantern books. I'm gonna have to do one of those for the little thumbnails for the videos that we do for the unboxings. Okay, where do I want to go next, man? Let's go to this Guardian. Okay, this Guardian is set number 4A. Green Lantern Corps and Cosmic, creators of the power battery. Unique modifier. When a friendly character within range uses willpower and succeeds, they modify their damage by +1 this turn. Okay, but that's within range. The Guardian luckily has 6 range. Doesn't have to be line of fire. A little bit of sidestep, a little bit of telekinesis, a little bit of leadership there. On the back of the card, you can see Green Lantern 1 in 1960 is the significant appearance. Okay, Guardian, boom. Done and dusted. Okay, is Sade? No, Sade's a different number, so we're going to still have some different Guardians. What are we going to have, multiple Guardians? Like 4 Guardians? Ooh, that's fun. We're going to get Scar. Man, what's the one? There's one that goes with Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz as well. He's like a rogue Guardian who is like an inventor who builds a bunch of different things. I'd love to see that guy as well. Oh, possibilities are endless. There are so many Guardians out there, and they've been killed so many times. Kyle Rayner, after all the Guardians were killed in one of the storylines, Kyle Rayner, the White Lantern, he's out in space. He ends up finding the Templar Guardians hidden in the Book of the Book of the Black, actually, and gets them out of the Book of the Black. Yeah, it's so funny. They just find ways to replenish them. Okay, let's go with the Black Lantern Spectre. Set number 24B comes in at 100 or 50 points. Really surprised that the Corrigan Spectre is a little bit more pricey at 125. Black Lantern Corps, Cosmic Deity, Herald, and Monster. Death is inevitable. Steal energy, but with close or ranged attacks. So that's the shared Black Lantern stuff. Power, generate a grave hindering terrain marker within range and line of fire. On the back of the card, judgment must be made. Pulse Wave. When the Spectre uses it, hit opposing characters occupying any grave terrain markers are dealt 2 damage instead, and friendly characters occupying any grave terrain markers have Safeguard, Pulse Wave. So we've seen a lot of different ways for grave markers to be created. This is the first way that we've seen to interact with them. This is Crispus Allen. Might be why it's a little bit of a different point cost than the Jim Corrigan one. Very, very cool. Definitely going on the villain side over here. Oh, I love that. The fun thing about Crispus Allen, he's a cop who he didn't believe in God at all. So when he died, God was like, you don't believe in me? Okay. Be the Spectre now. Oh, punishment. Yeesh. That's harsh, man. But I'm telling you, that moment in Blackest Night when the Spectre comes wading in the battle and the Green Lantern sees a Green Lantern at the time, everybody's like, oh yeah, oh, he's joined the party, oh, we're gonna be so great. And then it's like, Spectre, rise, and he's like, oh man, ooh, I'm telling y'all, big time moment. Okay, Space Dolphin, next. Space Dolphin, we've already seen the Beast Boy Dolphin, now we see the blue version. Animal, Cosmic, and Herald. Set number 11, comes in at 30 points. Flight. Space Dolphin considers friendly characters within range as adjacent if they can use a team ability Space Dolphin can use. So it's a wild card. So anything that's copyable, I believe, is what triggers that for you guys. Church of the Triple Fish God. Defend and Super Senses with an 18 defense there. Not too shabby. Look at the back of the card. Team player. Lobo, number 34, back in 1996. So why do we save the Dolphin that long? Because we do have the main man himself now. Dolphin flying around. I'm going to put him on the bad side just because Lobo is not necessarily a good dude either. But this Lobo is especially cool. You could see he's got a Green Lantern ring. He's got the chains turning green on his body. His boots are green now. Lobo, Green Lantern Corps Assassin, Brute, Cosmic, and Herald. 31A. Expert Antagonizer. Perplex. When Lobo uses it to target an opposing character, that character can use Battle Fury until your next turn. Main Man of the Corps. Willpower. When a friendly character within range uses willpower and succeeds, after resolutions, heal Lobo 1 click. Oh, that's awesome. Man, a lot of these things triggering off of other Corps members succeeding with things, whether it's Perplex for the Mongol or willpower for this Lobo. I mean, he's hard enough to kill, right? On the back, you've got Space Punt. Absolutely love it. Close Combat Expert and Knockback. Okay, he's also A, 31A, so I wonder if he's going to get a Prime. That would be really cool to get a Lobo Prime. I don't know. Would it be like the OG Lobo? Would it be? I mean, there's so many. There's a couple of different versions of Lobo. There's like a young version of Lobo. So very cool. So where did this Lobo come from? This Lobo comes from, as you saw on the back of the card, Injustice, the Tom Taylor written Injustice comic book series. This was in Injustice 2. So if you remember, Hal Jordan left the Green Lantern Corps after Superman took over the Earth. So many people were killed by this evil Superman, this revenge-laden Kal-El, and the Green Lantern Corps fell apart. The Guardians didn't really have a lot of choices, and in Injustice 2, in the comic books, Lobo gets invited to be a part of, I mean, he has no fear. He has zero fear, so it makes sense. Lobo becomes a Green Lantern. I think when he gets the... I think when he gets the ring, if I remember correctly, the ring goes on his finger, and it's like, you have the ability to overcome great fear. Welcome to the Green Lantern Corps. And he's got a cigar in his mouth, and he just goes, oh, beep, yeah. And then he just goes in and starts wrecking shop. I think it is just awful. Normally, Green Lantern rings have a rule on them that they cannot use Fatal Force. It was only lifted a couple of times during the Sinestro Corps War and a couple of other times. And I'm sure his fully lifted in Injustice 2. Anyway, that does it for our 3 boosters for today. That was exciting, man. That was super exciting. We're getting not a lot of repeats still. I mean, holy geez. A lot of cool stuff today. We did get a couple of people that have rings that I did not expect. I'm still looking for, the Arkillo, the Saintwalker. We've got a Bleeze Legacy card. But man, you know who I want? I want Glomulus. I want Glommy so bad. We've seen some of the new Guardian stuff. At this point, though, it's all cherries on top. Tomorrow for day 5, whatever we pull, cherries on top. We pulled a Prime, pulled 3 super rares, hoping for a chase, hoping for some unique characters to come out. Would love to get Bedovian. We already got Despotellus. I'd love to see some more of the Sinestro Corps War. But really, honestly, I'm super stoked. Maybe more JSA, folks. I don't know. At this point, pretty happy with this set. Let me know in the comments below if you're super excited about this set. I'm super stoked. Let me know what you're most excited about that we've pulled so far as well in the comments below. I'm always happy to mix it up with you guys. I jump in there. I comment with you. I read all your comments. We always like to know what the community is telling us, and I love to get in there and mix it up with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Day number 4. Again, Lantern Legacy, we don't have a release date for yet. Looking at late July, but not 100% sure. I'd love it if it comes the middle of the month. My birthday's July 14th. Can I get some Lantern Legacy on my birthday, please? Whoop, whoop. I feel like it's my birthday already, though, opening this up with you guys here at HyperRPG. Again, shout out to Joe back there on the ones and twos. And thank you to you guys for watching, and thank you to WizKids for sharing this with me so that I can do these consistently. I don't know the release date, but the first people that are going to find out are your comic shops and your gaming stores, so call them, figure it out. And remember, this entire unboxing series, all the pieces that I pull, everything with the exception of my, rip my legacy figures, the ones that I dropped, everything except for the legacy figures is going to be a part of that auction. We'll put it up for auction either this weekend or early next week on Auxit, so keep your eyes peeled and your ears open for when that's going to happen. And you can help the HeroClix for Huntington's charity initiative. We've already raised over $70,000 this year, thanks to the people that came out to Huntsville, Alabama, and the people that bid all around the world in our auction. I got to say thank you to everybody that took part in that. So all this Lantern Legacy stuff can be yours when this unboxing series is finished, which will be tomorrow. And that's when I'll see you next. And until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.